our founder flames. This right here is an embodied form of the violet ray spectrum. Tap in and tune in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Grand Rising with ChristoLight, your sacred space for discovering the Ascended Masters in crystal healing. Ashe.
If your morning needs magic, you're in the right place. If your soul craves clarity, stay tuned. If your rising space wants cozy, we've got you. Marcus ChristoLight wraps up our deep dive into the Archangelic Council today, shining light on Archangel Christiel and her unicorn. Cozy your rising space, set your intention, and breathe in this fresh new episode. Tune in live and rise with us. Grand Rising with ChristoLight.
Hello there and welcome. Grand day. Thank you for joining. Got the bed dreads going on. Welcome. So as you guys saw, our last episode, we left off with exploring and deep diving about Archangel Sandalphon. It was pretty unique discovering and connecting with Sandalphon's attributes of being the teacher of music as well as creativity and earth resources as well. And not only just music traditionally, but also sound and sound healing. So if you're someone that is into sound healing, you're a music artist, you love frequencies, Archangel Sandalphon is your archangel to help connect those kind of properties. So in this episode, and it's going to be our sub-series episode of the Archangels, we're going to be closing out with Archangel Christiel. Here's a little bit of insight and what to look forward to when it comes to Archangel Christiel. And that is number one, she is connected with the causal chakra. The causal chakra is located in the back of our head, and it's considered what we call the mouth of God, or God's mouth, in the back of the head. And that center is attached to our programming center. So it is where our programming and our subconscious lies when it comes to our human being. So just like in the Matrix, whenever you see Neo getting plugged and unplugged at the lower part of his head, which just watched the newest Matrix last night, that is cool. They're showing in their own Hollywood version how it stores the programming that either plugs you or unplugs you into certain matrices. So it gets pretty deep, this causal center. And Archangel Christiel is one of the main guides to work with that governs and assists with this subconscious causal chakra. So before we begin to dive in and explore the origins of Christiel and how we can consciously connect with this energy, let's go ahead and take a recap and see where we left off with Archangel Sandalphon.
Ready for a short mystical adventure? Sit tight. Grand Rising begins now.
Welcome in, everyone. Grand Rising. Angel Sandalphon. So Sandalphon stands as one of the most unique and beloved angels, the supreme embodiment of prayer, music, and grounding. Like his twin brother Metatron, the tallest angel who reaches from earth to heaven, the divine musician, and the prayer deliverer. Sandalphon's unique origins, from human to archangel, the Elijah transformation, weaves the prayers into spiritual garlands. Oh, I love that. That's beautifully described. Weaves the prayers into spiritual garlands. Now that makes me think about a sacred space or a workshop, an Archangel Sandalphon workshop, where you're making spiritual garlands. Instead of thinking of the prayer as some type of force that's going to come down and then come to you, it's more so that the Creator is already inside of you, and the Creator is inside of your heart. So when we go into prayer and we go into our heart, what we're doing is we're speaking to those depths of our heart where the source or the Creator resides, and we're activating it. We're speaking to it. They represent what it is that a journey or a transition in life. Seeing a train may symbolize that you're on track with your life goals, or it can mean that you feel like your life is going too fast and you need to slow down. That's no difference than this body right here being another picture of a living moment experience of the Creator experiencing and bringing the DNA of the baby in the womb into its harmonization with its signatures. So like if you're going to be a musician when you come into this world, and that's like one of your main traits, musical instruments like bells, gongs, warmth and accessibility, human divine bridge, brown and earth tones, grounding and stability.
With the prophet Elijah, known in the Hebrew Bible for his dramatic ascent to heaven in a whirlwind, while Metatron is identified with the antediluvian patriarch Enoch. This detail is never found. Metatron and Sandalphon form a pair that balances heaven and earth. Metatron, often called the scribe of heaven, is associated with the written word, divine records, and the highest celestial realms. Sandalphon, in contrast, is the angel most deeply tied to nature, song, and the tangible world. Together, their twinship represents cosmic duality, thought and action.
Here as it comes around you and up over your third eye and crown, causal, soul star, and stellar gateway. You are in the fifth dimensional center of his fifth dimensional bubble.
Mayan aquí, Mayasi. All right. Things got pretty high frequency in that last episode with all that grounding and connection to Archangel Sandalphon. And again, if you're a music artist, you're someone that likes to work with sound, frequencies, Sandalphon is a great archetype, or I should say, great divine energy to channel into your being and channel into your material world to help you unfold in the harmonics, the rhythms, as well as the divine flows to help optimize your musical medicine. All right, Archangel Christiel, our final archangel of this sub-series. We have made it, guys. I think it's been a couple of months on the archangels, due to the beautiful travels that have been involved. And then after this, we're going to be diving into a recap on, who and what are the Ascended Masters. And then after we go over a recap of what the Ascended Masters are, we'll then talk about, on Thursday, the Law of One, what the Law of One means, why it's existing, and what it means to be a part of and to attune yourself to the Law of One as well. And then after that, next week, we'll begin our individual Ascended Master breakdowns. That's a good while, as there are many, many Ascended Masters. All right. Archangel Christiel is not a new archangel per se, but rather an archangel who has been relatively unknown until now, largely due to presiding far outside the 12-dimensional Earth realm. But more on that soon. Wow, interesting. Now that I did not know. I did not know that Christiel is outside of the 12-dimensional universe. 12-dimensional Earth realm. So I heard of Christiel from Diana Cooper. And you guys are going to hear from Diana Cooper a little bit later in the episode. And she introduced him/her as an archangel of the moon and associated with the causal chakra. So just as I mentioned in the beginning, Archangel Christiel is connected to the subconscious causal chakra. And then that's also correlated to the moon, that white silvery energy. It's always so fascinating too when you think of the matrix and the causal chakra. Literally exactly where you plug and unplug downloads. Well, I learned this years ago. It's not been written about Christiel before now, because I don't like to write about archangels until I've met and experienced their presence and light firsthand. This is so I can verify their presence of beings of true unconditional love and light and share my own perspectives. My guidance as to the service Christiel offers. Archangel Christiel beams cosmic solar light through the gate of Lyra, a 12th-dimensional stargate connecting the 12th-dimensional Earth realm with the higher dimensions of light. You might even call her transmission one of pure source light, with the highest intent to renew divine feminine Christ consciousness on Earth. So in other words, she's one of the main catalysts that helps anchor the Sophianic body, or the Sophia, the Divine Mother Feminine, down into these 12 dimensions of our Earth realm. And of course, it would be through the Lyran or the Lyra gateway, as Lyra is one of the main gateways, along with Andromeda, to allow the heavenly dimensions to be able to transmit down and anchor into the 12th dimensional Earth realm. And you guys can actually check out my episode about Lyra and Andromeda, 2 different episodes. Just go back into the series on the YouTube, Sacred Light Broadcast Network, Grand Rising with ChristoLight playlist, and you'll find Lyra and Andromeda, separate episodes. She is assisting humanity now in anchoring Christ consciousness through aligning with a new sense of clarity, light, and clear experience of the crystalline Christ and source level grids. Connecting with Christiel's beautiful presence feels vast, powerful, and honestly a bit intense. Her light serves to expand your consciousness while assisting you in integrating and balancing the higher levels of light in a way that you can access here in the physical, and through your higher dimensional, multi-dimensional levels of awareness. This includes filling your body, mind, emotions, spirit, energy, aura, your multi-dimensional being, in every single cell and particle of energy that makes you up with a peace, love, and divine feminine Christ light. Divine feminine Christ light is returning to the earth now in a big way to reconnect and reunite divine love presence and all that makes up the physical earthly realm. If you're drawn to Christiel or to the idea of brilliantly glowing with the divine consciousness of Christ's light, or accessing the ancient wisdom of your soul, invite in the help and presence of Archangel Christiel to connect with you and to light up your highest divine template of peace, love, and divine feminine Christ consciousness. You can also ask Christiel to help you to raise your vibration so you can tune in to the full extent of the incredible ascension light available to you now. With love and blessings, Melanie Beckler. AskAngels.com. Melanie is a great angel guide that can give you insight into all the archangels, as well as connect you on the YouTube channel to different energy practices and activations as well. So check her out anytime. AskAngels.com. All right, y'all. So that'll do it for our main study of Archangel Christiel. And then we're about to take a little deep dive and the connection of the causal chakra and Christiel, giving you guys a perspective of how to navigate and how to use consciously the supportive and assisting energies of Christiel. All right, we're back. Can't have a live without at least one or two freezes, I guess. Alrighty. Let's get back to it. So we're about to read about the causal chakra and its relationship to Archangel Christiel, or also known as past life chakra or energy center. Pretty significant when it comes to our everyday human self. And the more that we're aware of this, the more that we're obviously, then that's what it means to truly become an alchemist. Truly become a master of your reality. Coming to a conscious relationship with these different aspects that is divine. And the patience you have to have with technology. My goodness, man. 2020. All right, so the causal chakra, aka the past life chakra, meaning and location. So the causal chakra, or the past life chakra, is located 3 to 4 inches behind the center of the back of the head. The color is white or silver, and it vibrates in the 4th dimension. The chakra is governed by Archangel Christiel. You can ask him or her for help with silencing the chatter of your mind, so divine guidance can be better and more clarity can be received. And this is also with the twin flame, Mallory. Note that in case of Archangel Christiel, the energy is undoubtedly feminine. So some people consider her to be the feminine or female embodiment of Yeshua Christ through the similarities between the names. The chakra has purity. When you open to the higher consciousness of the great feminine energy, the chakra comes into relevance. Through the chakra, we receive messages, information, and inspiration from the higher spiritual realms. To facilitate this, we need to be able to detach ourselves from our learned, conditioned beliefs. That's right. So I would say when we awaken, you gotta unlearn to relearn, because you gotta cleanse out that subconscious container that is already filled and cycle experiences that we have been through. So part of doing subconscious reprogramming or self-maintenance is to go into the mind and start reaffirming and reprogramming and repatterning the brain waves and the way that we are using them. So once information comes into the causal chakra, it is then sent down into the lower energy centers for distribution to the whole body. So give you guys perspective, think about how the human body is made, and you think about how the back of the head is basically the top for the spinal connection. So the spine to the brain connects at the lower back head. So with that being the causal center, as you can see here, the higher light, the higher divine feminine light comes in through that subconscious causal chakra in the back of the head, and then it travels directly down the spine, and then gets sent down to your lower chakras at the root chakra and stimulates the lower chakras. So there's a real system at hand here that is making up the human being for what it is, how it functions. All of that we divinely do on autopilot, subconsciously. Think about it. That's subjective. But the point here is that there is a real life system here that is making us a human being. And allowing us to experience through this body and through this being. And this is what we're diving into. In these episodes. All right, I'm back again. What are we gonna do with these internets? Do, 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 do. All right, let's try to wrap up this reading so we can continue forward. So again, the higher light streams down into your causal, the back of the head, and then through that it distributes down the spine and then is able to feed your lower chakras. So meditation exercise, which still the mind can assist in the activation of this energy center, the causal. You can also use you can tuck a stone behind your head when laying down. That's actually something that I naturally learned myself, and that's something I started sharing with people. But instead of kyanite, I would use selenite. Selenite's a really good stone for this chakra as well, due to its ability to absorb programming and then also purify it. So what you can do is you can take a crystal like a selenite or kyanite and then place it in the back of your head and then lay down on a pillow or lay down on the ground, and then just gently have that crystal tucked against the back of your head. The crystal's energy field will start syncing with the energy field of your causal chakra. And then from there, you can do affirmations, frequencies, things of that nature to complement as well. Chakra or past life chakra is the center that accepts the dosages of light that the upper two chakras deliver, and it assists in higher activities or activations of the crown, brow, and the throat chakras. So as it's saying here is that due to its location in the back of the head, not only does it distribute down the spine to the lower chakras, the higher light, but it also is able to help with the dosages of light that the upper chakras receive, as in the crown, third eye, and the throat. So that's really fascinating how it helps with the whole chakra system. So when this energy center is overloaded and out of balance, we are unable to release the memories of old patterns, behaviors, and experiences. We continue to attract similar experiences into our lives and get caught up in self-judgment, guilt, and regret. So when the causal is activated, it is a gateway to the angelic kingdom on the gold ray. Moreover, when the chakra is open, it deals with the exploration of spirit and higher wisdom. It opens when the right brain is active because it enables us to see the big picture through the power of intuition and creativity. Wow. Really good information about the causal and Christiel connection. And this is on insightstate.com. And then there's one thing I want to share as well. I created a graphic for all 12 chakras. And I just wanted to share with you guys the graphic that I made for the causal. Another cool thing too about Archangel Christiel is that she naturally works with a unicorn. So if you're someone that likes unicorn energy or that kind of like, extra dimensional rainbowy unicorn healing energies or activation energies, then Archangel Christiel, she does commonly connect with a unicorn as well when it comes to her medicine. Okay, maybe not. Usually it's not sorted like this. I guess AI just wants to be a little strange today. Okay, forget it. Forget about it. Alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of my hands now, and we're gonna tap in with Diana Cooper. Diana Cooper is gonna give us a nice recap and some insight into Archangel Christiel and just help give us another perspective about this archetype.
Hello. Archangel Christiel is not one of the best known of the angels, but he is the purest white universal angel who has recently entered this universe. He comes from elsewhere, but so much wanting to help us to accelerate our ascension. As his name, Christiel, suggests, he is connected to the ChristoLight, and he carries the highest frequency of pure white ChristoLight. He steps into this universe through the cross-shaped stargate of Lyra. So why don't you just close your eyes? Take a moment to breathe out and relax. Find yourself by a still, calm, clear lake. Water just gently rippling. Smell the fragrance of the night flowers and be aware of the full moon, silver white, shining onto the water, creating a path of light. And then look along that path of light up to the huge supermoon and relax. Let the silver white light of the moon touch you, carrying divine feminine softness, healing, touching you with calm, serenity. And take a moment to look beyond it into the sky, which is scattered with stars. And now a huge cross appears, the stargate of Lyra. It opens in a blinding flash of light. And Archangel Christiel smiles at you through the stargate and beckons. Find yourself gliding along the silver white path. You pass right through the moon and are enfolded in its peace. Even more, relax. Receive deeper healing, calm, serenity. And then you're floating up along a finger of light to a vast diamond shimmering stargate, the stargate of Lyra. And you're reaching it at the highest frequency you can attain. And Archangel Christiel, in the purest light, is bringing his frequency down to reach yours. Something magical is happening as your energies connect. A bolt of pure white lightning goes through you, touching your core with magical, mystical possibilities. Sense every cell in your body lighting up. As this happens, Archangel Christiel is placing a pure white flame of ChristoLight over you. Breathe it in. And the stargate opens wide, and you enter the unicorn kingdom. Be aware of thousands of luminous, radiant, pure white horses with horns of light and wings of light surrounding you. They are sending you love, peace, joy, higher expectations. And one unicorn steps forward, a majestic, beautiful, love-filled being, and showers you with diamond sparkles from its horn of light. Just sense all your chakras opening and your causal chakra above your head expanding. Your causal is your personal moon, your peace chamber, your gateway to the angelic realms. And the magnificent unicorn invites you to ride with it. And you are instantly on its back. And you are floating together, down, down, calm, relaxed, serene, down together, so safe and secure, right down through the moon. And going beyond the moon, down, right into the causal chakra above your head. It is being activated as you enter it. And you feel you are expanding, growing, becoming lighter and stronger. And your unicorn is with you as long as you wish. And now that your causal has been activated, you can enter the angelic realms at any time. And Archangel Christiel is sending you a burst of pure white light. It is full of love, of peace, of wisdom, truth, and all the higher qualities of the universe. And in this special place in the angelic realms, with your unicorn, you are at peace, knowing all is well. Whatever happens, all is well. Internally, you are safe. Feel the gratitude flowing from you, and know that when you open your eyes, you are filled with peace and love. So open your eyes and return to waking reality with peace and love.
Diana, she is one of the OGs when it comes to the angel connection. You guys can check her out anytime. She does have a YouTube channel. You can find her content everywhere. Just take your time and just digest and process the frequencies. It's really captured the feeling as that I found on Facebook, actually. Facebook is a great gateway for a lot of knowledge. You just have to discern and know who you're researching under. But right here, it's showing an awesome diagram of our top chakras. And what I mean by top chakras is you can see here on the left corner of the image, it's showing the stellar gateway as well as the soul star, which are above the head. And then you can see the white one, the causal. They're showing it kind of like at the back side of the head. It's kind of hard for them to show it in the back of the head, of course. And then you have the crown, third eye, and throat. And it's showing the correlation that they all have with each other. It shows how the causal, the crown, and the third eye all have a trinity connection. The crown is like the top of the physicality. The causal is where the light streams in. And then the center of the brain is where they all three connect, so that the divine feminine light streaming in is then able to connect to your crown, which connects to your conscious connection to higher spirit. And then it also initiates and brings purity and clarity into your third eye, which is your cognitive functioning, your cognitive conscious mind. So the causal is very important when you think about the human anatomy. And when you think about anatomy as well, like the human biofield, human anatomy, we should be learning these things in our universities and high schools and schools when it comes to human anatomy. The human anatomy is way more than just a physical body. The human anatomy is a physical body, an energy body, a mental body, emotional body, an astral body. So I think we got to kind of rewrite the depths and levels of what it is that we're feeding to these generations of what the human anatomy is in the first place. If we're not talking about this right here, then I don't think we're doing true justice on what the human anatomy is. Because this is the operations that allow the material self to even be existing. If anyone wants to attest to that, I'd love to hear why it's not important to learn these things. Because to me, if we don't learn these things, then we'll just continue to be manipulated, and our societies will continue to be steered in the wrong directions. So I'm going to read this about the causal. The causal chakra plays the most crucial role in the Kundalini awakening process, as its opening results in enhanced clarity of psychic and telepathic communication. It enables the individual to read the energy around them through their intuitional capacity. So imagine that if your causal is blocked and you can't even read the energy around you that you're interacting with, then what happens? You get manipulated, you get brought into contracts you don't want to be a part of, you don't even realize the different ways that you're being used. The causal or the Bindu chakra works with the ajna or the third eye to accomplish this feature. The individual uses the various mind's eye portals to see the information that is being channeled into the causal chakra from the conscious or cosmic consciousness. The causal or Bindu chakra naturally opens and stays open as a part of the Kundalini transformation process. When the chakra is unlocked and the mind and ego are silenced, our higher God self communicate to us directly. This communication is an immediate process that doesn't require any conscious effort. The individual gets absorbed into meditation from one waking moment to the next and becomes a living embodiment of the unity of all existence. So it's basically saying that if you clear this energy center and you have a clear connection, you're going to have direct automatic and fluid communication with your higher self. And it's going to be so fluid that it requires you not to think about it, not to be emotional about it, or to do anything physically about it. But it is going to be so simultaneous that you are automatically connected and do not have to take over with your ego, but be ran by your higher self and your intuitive guidance. And that is why I've worked on reprogramming my causal chakra over the years. And, you can either live a life where you're ruled by this world, you're ruled by the ego, you're ruled by others, or you can live a life where you clear that connection and you're ruled by your higher self. And it's something to think about for your own self. The individual gets absorbed in meditation. Okay, we read that. So, however, this experience only happens when the Kundalini has been awakened and raised to the Sarasarta chakra, which is the crown. Although you can access the energies of the causal through different spiritual practices, the only way to open it and keep it open permanently is through a Kundalini awakening. As mentioned, Kundalini's two exit points are the Bindu and the seventh eye, or the causal and third eye, or a crown, actually, I should say. The causal and the crown. Once the Kundalini system is active in the body of light after the awakening, the Bindu or the causal regulates the light energy that circulates within it. And that's important in itself as well, the regulation of that light, nourishing the 72,000 nadis or energy channels. So I guess apparently there's 72,000 energy centers. Wow. Really think about that. We're literally, our material being is nothing but energy centers and portals of light and sound. That's literally like what our human is. And it's always streaming energy. Now, how clogged up and how clear that streaming is going to be vital to our well-being. That's as simple as it is. We're literally just a stream of electric and magnetism. And as long as we honor that and do the things to support that, everything else that's in the gray area or in between when it comes to our being, it's all going to get taken care of because we're taking care of our foundation. So the Bindu regulates the light energy circulation within the 72,000 nadis. As these channels get infused with the light energy, consciousness expands. The Bindu opens further, allowing the individual to streamline more information from the spiritual plane and the divine planes above. Wow. And that is an excerpt from Serpent Rising, the Kundalini Compendium by Nevin Parr. You guys can check that out, of course, anytime. Look it up. It sounds like it's a whole book, which would be pretty cool to check out. But yeah, this is an awesome diagram showing that top chakra connection, especially the mental health aspect of it. And keep in mind, this all directly ties into mental health as well. If we're a mental health expert, take a deep dive into these right here, the chakras of the crown, the third eye, the causal, and work on clearing and balancing those centers. And that can ultimately bring you balance to your mental health as well. Just an alternative instead of seeking pharmaceuticals or staying in cycles where you feel like you're hitting dead ends. There's many different ways, multidimensionally, for us to be able to clear and bring balance to our well-being. All right. That was pretty cool. That was a nice little addition. I didn't expect that. So that was pretty cool to add in. And with that, I can go ahead and wrap up for this episode. And I just thank you guys all for joining and be a part of this episode as we uncovered Archangel Christiel and her beautiful galactic unicorn energy. And then that does it for the archangels now. You guys can check out all the different archangels by going to the playlist on the YouTube channel, Sacred Light Broadcast Network. And of course, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate all the support that you guys give. And tomorrow we'll be doing a recap about who the Ascended Masters are and what relationship they have in this universe. And then we'll be talking about the Law of One on Thursday. In the meantime, everyone take care. You guys stay well, stay healthy, and be there for each other. Reach out if you have questions, such as booking one-on-one healing services online or in person. Check out retreat signups by going to the link in the ticker or in the description. And also browse the Sacred Kingdom community through the link as well. (2023) Mother Gaia, third dimensional planet, ascending. Thank you from the Sacred Light Broadcast Network and Sacred Light Productions for tapping in and tuning in to all live and replay content, holistic, conscious, for your empowerment. Tap in to the ChristoLight within. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember that you are the one that you have been looking for. Enjoy this content. If you would like to collaborate or receive production through myself, Marcus ChristoLight, direct message or email me at marcustut23@gmail.com to discuss details. Wholeness and balanced love. Ashe.